Welcome back. For the second day in a row, the sector of the day is IT, a 4% rally on that. And yesterday too, the sector was higher by close to about 3.5%. That said, the stock is, the index is still about 12% away from its record high levels, and individual stocks like TCS about 8% away from all-time high levels, Infy is about 20% away, Tech Mahindra is about 31% away, Wipro is at a 40% away. It's only HCL Tech at a record high level. What you can see, the column on the right, is basically the delivery percentage. Yesterday, we saw all the IT stocks see very large delivery volumes. But the ones where we've seen a pickup, increase in delivery percentages compared to the average, were only HCL Tech and TCS. Yeah. So, those are the numbers. For TCS, look at the increase we've seen in the volumes, the traded volumes, the delivery volumes, but there was also an increase in the percentage of delivery volumes on a much larger base. And this is a stock which is about 8.5% away from all-time high levels. For HCL Tech too, there was an increase in the delivery percentage. So it just appears that investors are backing the stocks which have done well, right? Because amongst the 5 large cap IT names, only 2 of them have seen an increase in delivery percentages. One is HCL Tech, which is at a record high, and the other one is TCS, which has performed better than the rest in terms of the distance to its record high levels. The 3 other IT stocks where we've seen a drop in delivery percentage are Tech Mahindra, where the delivery percentages were about 48% versus 51%, Wipro at 46%, and even Infosys saw a drop in its delivery volumes. There was a Nirmal Bang report, which you alluded to, where they've said that Q3 is probably not going to be such a great quarter, except for HCL Tech, which is going to see a 3 to 4% top line growth because of some acquisitions, because of one big large contract that the company won. But ex of HCL Tech, they're saying all the large cap IT companies are likely to report 0 to negative revenue growth. Wipro's already given you a quarterly guidance. Tier 2 mid-cap IT companies are likely to see better low single-digit revenue growth. They also have come out with a broad takeaway from the interactions with many companies. They're saying weak demand conditions which were there in H1 continues in Q3. There is no improvement in demand, but not that there is a deterioration in demand. Many companies, most of them, are not talking about Q4 or next year. Right? They say we don't have the visibility right now. Let's just talk about Q3, where the demand situation is status quo. No improvement, no deterioration. Furloughs are going to be there. Some of them are talking about higher furloughs. Now, one thing which you would have observed is that this quarter we've seen fewer large deal announcements. If you remember, in Q2 we had mega deal announcements across the board, but this time none of the IT companies have announced. To which the companies have said that typically it's lumpy and you shouldn't really look at it quarter to quarter. Pipeline is still very robust. And again, on the big question on whether spending will pick up now that corporate yields have come down, right? What's the big benefit of US bond yields coming down? If you have funded, you have debt on your books, you were spending all your money to, to fulfill those debt obligations. But now the amount that you need to pay in terms of interest costs will come down. So money is on, you have some cash, which can be used for tech spending. But they're saying it's too early right now to talk about, when clients will loosen their purse strings. So these were some of the takeaways that Nirmal Bang got away after chatting with companies.
Okay, very interesting. That is a complete, analysis of what's really going on with the IT space right now. But like Reema said, outperforming for the second straight day, and right now also it's holding with a 3.6% kind of gain. But with that, we do need to take a short break. On the other side, we're going to bring you excerpts from a very interesting conversation between market veteran Ramdev Agarwal and Zomato's Akshant Goyal. Stay tuned for that.